for Openssf, or what would you advise? How should people get involved? What can we do?
So, if you see in this room, right, so
Yeah.
there are people from a lot of other communities, there are people from
Yeah.
a lot of small and big organizations.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a mixed set of audience, right? So I think what brings all of us together is sort of more opportunities to learn, right, and more opportunities to learn from each other, right? So I think some way to collaborate wherein there is more exposure towards knowing how all of us are sort of contributing to open source is going to be important, is what I feel. But I think learning from each other, right, and trying to create sort of like a platform or some way wherein either we are doing some sort of a hands-on session, or if you are trying, or if you are able to exchange information in what are the best practices that companies are adopting. Like, for example, you give an example of us doing a scorecard, and we have like Abhishek Datra over there who has done a lot of work on open source. Right? So there are a lot of people in the room here whom I see who has done a lot of work on open source. Right? So I think creating a bridge wherein people can exchange ideas, and I have my team here who has done a lot of work around open source, and they're like contributing to a lot of projects around Openssf also, right? So I think it is going to be important for all of us also to learn, right, in terms of how we mature. So we have come a long way. Just giving some numbers, we have like 1,000 plus repos microservices, and we do like 100 deployments, right? So there is like per day, right? So we have a lot of open source code going into our production, right? And also for a fact that since we are into financial sector, we have done a lot of custom engineering, right? In the entire CI/CD pipeline, if I say, we have a custom engineering done, right? And we have solved a lot of problem by design, right? So I think it will be good for us to also come on our stage and talk about how we have solved some of the problems by design, how we are contributing to open source, what sort of custom engineering we have done, and how we have reached to a maturity wherein some of these new framework, like for example Salsa, a lot of people may not have heard about, right? How do we basically map our maturity with open source maturity, right? And talking a lot about maturity and bringing this audience from 0 to 1 and from 1 to 10, building the journey sort of will be very, very interesting, right? And if you can build some series where if someone is not there on Salsa, or someone has not even adopted Salsa, how do we bring them on board, and how do we basically help them mature, or how do we build them map their sort of engineering to the open source, and how do we basically scale that engineering aspect? This is going to be very interesting.
It is, and actually, it sounds like we've got somebody's going to help us. So we